Y'all, I've not been on this channel for so long and I apologize. Exams are over and now it's time to get back to business. So we're going to jump in with clarifying shampoo for this silk press routine. This one was by KeraCare and I wasn't too much of a fan of it because it wasn't lathering up. Yes, I know that this is sulfate free. Yes, I know that sulfate free shampoos tend to not lather up, but I have used other clarifying shampoos, where they do lather up. So you can just see me trying to wet my hair as well. I was thinking maybe that's the reason why it wasn't foaming up as I would have liked. But eventually I gave up and I just decided to go ahead with the second clarifying shampoo. I forgot the name of it, but don't worry, everything will be listed down below in the description box, and I'll also be putting things on the screen as well so you guys can screenshot if you would like. So I rinsed that out and then we went in with the clarifying shampoo as well. I forgot the brand name. I want to say Design Essentials, but I would be lying. I don't know what it's called. I think it's the Avon something, actually, now that I think about it. Fun fact, I didn't actually know clarifying shampoo was a thing until January this year when I decided to get serious about my natural hair. I just thought shampoo was shampoo. I didn't realize there were different types of shampoos, like moisturizing shampoos, clarifying shampoos. Let me find out there's another type of shampoo. I think that will really send me into an orbit. I just used to use I think it was a Tresemme moisturizing shampoo, and yes, they have all these different names like moisturizing and I don't know, but I just thought shampoo was shampoo. It's the same thing, and they just put all these different buzzwords. So clarifying shampoo essentially is a shampoo that will strip your hair of all of its moisture. That's because it's removing all of the product that's actually in your hair, making sure it's really squeaky clean. I think this is really essential when doing a silk press because you want your hair as clean as possible. You don't want any product build-up, especially for someone with low porosity hair like mine. Clarifying shampoo means a smoother foundation, which means a better, silkier and longer lasting press. Just come back from the bathroom and this is what my hair is looking like. I decided to purchase the Olaplex No. 3 for my hair. Reason being is I've been dealing with a lot of breakage, especially in the front. I was dealing with a lot of fairy knots and split ends. I also have low porosity hair, so I didn't want to overdo it on the protein treatments. The 2 weeks prior, I did use the Afrogy, was it the 2-minute constructor? It was this one. Yeah, the 2-minute constructor, and it worked really good. My silk press was a lot silkier for a longer time. My hair didn't feel as weak, or it wasn't as brittle as it once was. But obviously I can't use this every wash day, so I decided to purchase the No. 3. On the bottle it says to use it prior to washing your hair, but because people with darker complexions, I don't want to say that actually, but people with type 4 hair tend to experience a lot of product buildup, and then you're not actually getting it into the pores, so you're not actually getting the full use of the hair product, as opposed to if your hair was completely clean. So I'm just going to separate my hair into 4 sections just so that I can coat the product evenly as I can. I don't know about you guys, but I stay on TikTok and I've seen the discourse online of people saying that people who straighten their hair or basically don't want to wear it in their natural style hate themselves and are anti-black. And I think that take is lazy. Natural hair is expensive. It is pretty hard to maintain as well. Do you know what? Let me not say hard to maintain. It's a lot to maintain and it's very time consuming. Wanting convenience doesn't mean that you hate being black. It just means that you don't prioritize your natural hair because you want convenience. And people can say that, lace is a lot more high maintenance. You have to make sure that the lace is plucked and bleached and all of that stuff. And yes, I do agree. But no one's going to sit here and tell me natural hair is quick and easy and you don't have to think about how you're going to wear your hair for the next couple of, no. And I think a lot of these discussions don't account for individual texture differences. We're not all working with the same canvas. I'm pretty sure someone with, I want to say like a looser curl texture would say their hair is easier to maintain than someone with like a 4C. And I can say that as someone who is a 4C girl. growing up, my mum used to relax my hair, and I don't feel any type of way around it because she didn't know how to manage natural hair. And I think saying things like, you're anti-black, it's just a lazy take. And I just think it's kind of, it just seems so like, damn, like, wow, is that really how you feel? Like, why so angry? And now that I'm the one that's solely responsible for my hair, I completely understand why my mum did it. She had 3 girls, and I can't imagine what it must have been like trying to deal with 3 girls with 40 hair and trying to manage being a housewife on top of that. Doing my hair makes me feel so put together and so beautiful, and I love how it blows in the wind. I went out the other day just as I had finished doing this style that you guys are seeing now, and I felt like a Puerto Rican, honey. But it's also very exhausting, and no one talks about how tiring it is. You see the style that I did? This took me about 3 hours. 3 hours. And this was not including the straighten. 3 blood clot hours, okay? So don't let anyone try to make you feel bad for trying to wear a sew-in or a wig. It just means you have different priorities, that's all. It's not that serious. Do you know what? This is taking a lot longer than I would have liked, but I'm really excited about how this is going to come out. I really hope that the science behind everything I'm doing is going to make sense. So now I'm going to go in with a deep conditioning mask. I love the TGIN Honey Miracle Hair Mask. This one has honey and olive oil, and this is really good for moisture. Honey is a humectant. I'm pretty sure olive oil is a humectant as well, but don't quote me on that. So that will be really good to bring moisture into my hair. It will also help with like elasticity. So essentially my hair will be a lot more resistant to heat when I'm styling it. So it'll be able to go back, it'll be able to be stretched and go back into its original state because my hair is 4C. And then I'm also going to pair it with the silicone hair mix. And this is, if you know about this mix, you know that this is a serious game changer. So I'll probably use 1/4 and then 3/4 of this. So I'm going to do the exact same thing that I did with the Olaplex one. Exactly the same thing. So I'm just going to separate my hair into 4 again. And then apply the products. But already my hair feels softer. It does feel softer. Baby, every time I feel like a wash day is taking too long, I fantasize about the pixie cut and how good I would look. But I was telling my friend this on the phone the other day. In my head, when I imagine myself with a pixie cut, I see myself like in my 30s. The money's looking good. The weight is also sitting on me a lot more. I'm a lot curvier. And then my skin is just glowing. And then it's just that's the ambiance I get when I think of a pixie cut. But then she also reminded me of people like Tiana Taylor, and a lot of the times the pixie cut highlights the woman's beauty, and she said you don't have to be in that fantasy in order to cut your hair. So it is something I have been considering doing, like a pixie cut, but I'm kind of scared. I'm like, what if I don't like it? What if I feel like, no, this just doesn't look good? And then the process, like, you know that weird in-between phase where your hair's not short but it's not long? I'm thinking closure wigs, if that doesn't work. Can you guys see how my brain overthinks? My mind is so annoying. It just goes to the worst possible outcome every single time. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think I should do a pixie cut? So we have done the last rounds of getting my hair wet. So now it's onto the blow drying process. Blow drying is my least favorite step. It's loud, my arms hurt, and I just get hot and sweaty, and I don't know if I feel overstimulated. I just want it to stop. But now I blow dry on the setting that's just below the full heat, so it's not as bad. I just have a feel of my scalp to see if there's still some areas that aren't completely dry. And I feel like this blow dry routine wasn't as thorough as I would have liked it to have been. Usually I set a timer and I do each section for 3 minutes, but this time I was just having a feel to see if there were any wet spots, because I was so over it by this point, and I think it shows in my final routine. My hair wasn't as pressed as I would have liked it, or maybe it's because I don't do the chase method, but I never really do the chase method. I guess the only difference I would say between my previous silk presses and the one that I'm doing in this video was how thorough I was with my blow dry. So don't let anyone tell you your blow dry routine isn't important. I promise you your blow dry routine is as important as anything. Well, I'm trying to put as much tension as I can on my hair whilst blow drying, because that is the foundation of a good silk press. It is the blow dry, so make sure blow dry is as straight as possible before you go in with the straighteners. Making this video really reminded me of how far I've come, and this is not just to do with my hair, but with my self-confidence as well. There was a time back when I was at uni and I should have been studying. The only thing that brought me comfort or made me feel better about myself was doing my hair. It'd be like every week I'd style it, I'd film it, and I'll post it on my private Snapchat, whether that was me doing a wig or me doing a slick back routine or showing people how I use rice water to grow my hair. And here I am now 4 to 5 years later, and I'm putting that same energy into a YouTube video. That is crazy, y'all. That is so crazy, because I'm very naturally quite reserved, and I wouldn't say shy. I'm just very private, if that makes sense. So this video isn't just about hair. This is about documenting my growth, and hair just happens to be a part of it. And sharing this was really nerve-wracking as well. I didn't want people judging me because I don't have my technique, I didn't want people judging me because I don't fully have the silk press routine mastered, and because my hair doesn't always come out perfect. And there's times I've looked at this footage and I'm like, I'm not posting that. They don't need to see me looking crazy on the internet. But I really wanted to build a space where honesty is normal and where people can see the real process and not just the polished result. And even if no one watches this, I'm proud that I made this. The finished look of what my hair is looking like. So just a quick recap on the Olaplex and how I feel about it. I think this product is worth, I think I paid about £25, and I'm really happy with it. My hair feels super smooth, it feels super strong, it feels like there's a visible difference as well as a physical difference when I touch it. Brought a lot more of the silkiness to it as well that I didn't have prior to using this product. When I was straightening it, I did notice how similar it looked to when I got it done in the salon. So I wonder if she had actually used this Olaplex treatment. But I was really happy with the outcome of my silk press after using this treatment. I hope this does have a better hold, like with the silk press. I hope that I am able to see how see the longevity of the silk press with incorporating this product. So that is something I will talk about in my next wash day routine. Typically my silk presses will last, like the silkiness I would say will last about a week, and then after that I have to keep it in like headbands, not headbands, I have to put it up in like ponytails or wear it in like a low ponytail, so I could put a claw clip, just because it doesn't have that same movement. But hopefully I'm able to see that this one keeps it for much longer. If you have made it this far to the end of the video, I'd really appreciate if you gave it a thumbs up. if there's any suggestions that you'd like to give that pertains to my hair, what I can do to, I don't know, make it silkier, like what else would you suggest? I think I've done pretty good. I'm really happy to see my progression every time I do a silk press. I feel like I get better and better. The first time I did it, it was not good. It was not good, but I'm happy with how this came out. Yeah, make sure to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll definitely see you guys in my next one.